This will be for the con exercise, missing value given the mean. Okay, it says the following table shows the number of police calls that were made last year in each of the cities in Ogden County. All right, so they list the cities on the top, and these are the number of police calls in each city. Notice one value for the city of Thornbury is missing. If the mean of the data set is 273 calls, find the number of police calls in Thornbury. Okay, that's this one right here. So basically, if you didn't already know, mean is basically another word for average. Okay, so the formula for finding the mean, it's the same as finding the average. Okay, so the mean is going to be the sum of the values divided by the number of values. Okay, so if you want to write this down, this is the formula we're going to be using for all the problems in this exercise. All right, so the mean equals the sum divided by the number of values. So in this exercise, they give you the mean. All right, and it says it right here. The mean of the data set is 273 calls. So in place of the mean, I am going to plug in 273. And that equals the sum. So we have to take our data set here and basically add up all of these numbers. All right, and it's plus the question mark as well. All right, so without even writing all that, I might as well just add these four numbers right here on the calculator first. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so adding these four numbers, I get 1,143. And that is also going to be plus the question mark, the missing value. Okay, so this right here, these two values right here added together is the sum of this data set. So in place of sum in the numerator, I'm going to write 1,143 plus question mark. And that is divided by the number of values. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, make sure you count the missing value as well. So the number of values is 5. Okay, and solving for the question mark, same as solving for x. This side is divided by 5. The opposite is multiplying by 5. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. Okay, on the right, 5 and 5 cancel. 5 over 5. 5 times 273 is going to be 1,365. And that is going to equal 1,143 plus the question mark. All right. Solving for the question mark, it's the same as solving for x. So I'm just going to subtract this from both sides. Let me erase and rewrite this right here. All right, so I just rewrote the last equation. And solving for question mark, same as solving for x. I'm just going to subtract 1,143 from both sides. Of course, you want to do the same thing for both sides, and it cancels here. 5 minus 3 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So the question mark equals 222. So this value right here is 222. And it looks like it makes sense because it's pretty close to these other values. So I'm going to go for it, 222 in the box. All right, 222. All right, the following data points represent the number of chicken nuggets on each family member's plate. If the mean of the data set is 3 chicken nuggets, find the missing number of chicken nuggets. Okay, so once again, the mean is going to equal the sum divided by the number of values. Okay. So the mean is always given on this exercise. It says the mean is 3. All right. So in place of mean, I'm going to plug in 3. All right. So the mean is going to equal 3. And the sum, we have to add these values. Okay. So if I do 1 plus 3 plus 0 plus 6 plus question mark. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 0 is 4, plus 6 is 10. So these 4 values add up to 10. All right, so for the sum, we have question mark plus 10. And now for the number of values, make sure you count the missing one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 values. So in the denominator, it's going to be 5. Okay. The opposite of dividing by 5 is times 5. So I'm going to do times 5 to both sides. 5 over 5 is just 1. That cancels. 5 times 3 is 15, and that equals question mark plus 10. Okay, solving for the question mark, same as solving for x, we have plus 10. So I'm going to do the opposite, which is minus 10. I'm going to do that to both sides. 10 minus 10 is just 0, so that's gone. And 15 minus 10 is just 5. So the question mark equals 5. That is our missing value. All right, same as solving for x. So the missing value is 5, and that goes in the box. That's crazy. All right, I'll show you one more with the bar graph. It says, if the mean of the data set is 6 coins, find the number of coins Julia found. Let's take a look. All right, it says the mean is 6. So I'm going to write that on the top. These are the names of the scavengers, and the x-axis is the number of coins. Okay, so it says the mean equals 6 in the write-up. All right, and let's see. For this one here, he or she found 6 coins. For this one here, he or she found 5. This one here, same as the 6. And this one here found 8. All right. So, again, the mean is going to equal the sum divided by the number of values. All right. So the sum here is going to be question mark plus 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8. Okay, so I'm going to write that out. So in the formula for the sum, I added the total of each bar. Okay, so question mark plus 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8. That is for each bar. Okay, and that's divided by the number of values. So you also have to count the missing one. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 bars, including the missing one. All right. All right, and we said in the write-up, the mean equals 6. Okay, so we have the 6. We have the question mark. 6 plus 5 is 11. 6 plus 8 is 14, and 14 plus 11 is 25. So this whole thing here, other than the question mark, is going to be 25. So we're left with question mark plus 25. And that whole thing is divided by 5. Okay, the opposite of dividing by 5 is multiplying by 5. We're multiplying this whole fraction times 5. Okay, do that to both sides. 5 times 6 is 30. On the right, 5 over 5 cancels, and we're left with question mark plus 25. Okay, solving for question mark, the opposite of plus 25 is minus 25. 30 minus 25 is 5, and that equals the question mark. 25 minus 25 is gone. So question mark equals 5. So you just enter that in the box.